All right. Well, hello. Hello to all the VIPs tonight. I am super excited, you guys. I was so exhausted. I had to take me a nap and I just woke up like 40 minutes ago. So I'm energetic now. I'm ready for y'all. All right. So once again, welcome to VIP session for the We Win Grants and Contracts Challenge. I am your co host, Ty Renee Woods, and the CEO of BusinessGrants.com. And I am the one that's going to teach you how to not leave money on the table. All right. So tonight, we're going to jump right to it. We want you to bring your hardest, I mean, because you want to know if Dr. Lang is the GOAT. You want to know if I'm the GOAT? Bring your hardest problem. I mean, I want to hear the most challenging situation that you have in your business right now and watch us bring a solution to your business or nonprofit program tonight. Are you ready? All right. So, who wants to join? Get on the hot seat today. Now, Mr. Sterling went yesterday, so today we have to pick someone else, and we're going to just start selecting you if you don't volunteer. Okay? So, in the chat, who wants to go first? All right, Kenyatta, great job. You're coming up on the hot seat. Come on down. You're the next contestant.
Oh,
On,
why did I
on.
comment? I'm just playing.
You're the next contestant. All right. All right. So I want you to, and we're gonna diagnose your for-profit business, okay? So we
Okay.
want to talk to you about, I want you to talk to the room about what you do, what city and state you're out of, and let's see if we could find some solutions for you tonight.
Okay. So, Kenyatta McKinnon, my business is my for profit is Top Security Services. I know Dr. Lane had kind of gave me some good pointers yesterday on I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. The company is based here in Atlanta, Georgia. I also do some things in Miami, Texas, and LA, but I'm looking to expand. The main issue that I have is being able to qualify for programs. Security is a billion dollar industry. I don't have to have all of it, but I just want a piece of it. So my issue is qualifying for programs where I can actually get the funding because I know that it's available. I just don't know how to ascertain it.
Ty, you going first?
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for jumping in on this hot seat, and I know you wasn't prepared for that, but we appreciate you. All right. So for starters, are you a certified MBE, a women-owned small business, any of those?
Yeah, I'm MBE and DBE, so I am
Okay.
certified. Yes, ma'am, in both.
See, this is the type of person that I'm talking about that has their bricks in order. Okay, okay, all right. So another thing I want to know is what type of advertising or marketing do you have right now?
Right now, I'm on all social media platforms. I did hire a PR company last year. I'm an author. I've even written a book about my security services. Right now, we are trying to do some stuff with the Stand Store. We're also pre-recording some videos to create a school, a community for women's safety, so I can build that way. And also we have and I've been on a couple of podcasts and things of that nature, but nothing has really brought the income. My thing is I offer it to a certain demographic, a certain target audience, which is high net worth individuals. So if you're not six figures or more, then I'm not a service for you. But of course, we make exceptions. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to serve you, but that is the target audience. So we have armed and unarmed. But the main thing that the security company is going to be known for is the invisible protection, meaning blending into your environment seamlessly, unnoticed, and you never see us unless you need us. So, there is a need for it. I've done a quite quite a few. I did a gala. I've done quite a few of events, so it's a need for it. However, I need to break into. It's a niche, but I also need to break into industry where I'm able to also get funding to even do more with the security business. But we are marketing on all social media platforms. We're boosting, paying for ads, but and we're getting business. The majority of the business that has been coming to me, it has surprisingly has been from Google and TikTok. So I'm not, how that happened, I'm not sure. But I guess the guy that did my SEO, maybe he targeted those. I don't know, but so that's kind of where I am with it. So I just need help, breaking into a target audience where it's a need for what I'm offering.
Okay, so what I want you to do now, I'm going to toss this to Dr. Lane really quickly after I make this statement. But what I want you to do is start to reimagine in what way can your services be used in the way that's not being used today? Because right now you're hyper focusing on high net worth individuals, and women, right? And
Right.
what and of course you're a woman, so you want to focus on women in business. However, I think you're
Oh, you're
limiting.
gonna get out of the Zoom meeting.
Okay.
We good.
Make sure you change your make sure you change your name. Everybody VIP. Remember, you have to put VIP in front of your name so that we can know in the waiting room who you are. All right. So make sure you put VIP and then the name you register with. Otherwise, you're going to be into the getting kicked out of VIP for no reason. Okay. All right. All right. So what I'm saying is that your business, your model needs to be reevaluated. Now, do you have a capability statement?
Yes, I do. I have one.
Okay. So what I want to do is I really need to look at your capability statement, and I want to see in what ways can your business expand outside of your current purview. Right now, your business is hyper focused, and you have a very, very specific niche, which makes your target demographic, you're fishing in an ocean like social media and Google ads. You're fishing in an ocean for goldfish. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, a part of when I talk about the 7 bricks in the framework, branding and marketing, a part of that branding and marketing has to do with the hyper focus. Sometimes people get too hyper focused and they end up pushing themselves out of an entire industry. Your
Well, it's a.
industry is
Mm-hmm.
your industry is very, very much needed, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
There are billions of dollars in contracts for your
Mm-hmm.
industry.
Mm-hmm.
So what we will have to do, so I'm gonna put a pin in this because I'm gonna have to take a look, because I don't know this industry specifically, but I do know that there's a billion plus in security contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do is find out how much expansion can you come outside of that small fish bowl so that you can try to catch some other fish in this pond. Right now you're focusing on the ocean when you should
Mm-hmm.
be focusing on a pond and not a goldfish. Not
Well,
a
we do offer other services. I mean, if you book me for armed or unarmed security for events, we do that as well. But when you're looking at a niche, to my understanding, you really don't need a lot of people. When you have a niche, kind of like Rolls Royce or Bentley, Maserati, it's a certain niche of a client. So if I get 20 to 30 clients that are repeat clients that are paying, for my luxury security services that I offer, that's really all I need. You know what I'm saying? And word of mouth by
Well, it
referral.
depends. It
So,
depends. Are you trying to do everything yourself or are you trying to build a business?
no, I'm
Are you
trying to
trying
build a
to build a
business where, yeah.
because what you want to do is become the chief executive officer
Mm-hmm.
over security. And this is the thing. You have to start thinking outside of yourself being the operator.
Right.
And so what I want you to do is what we're going to start doing is we're going to in our by the way, you guys, Kenyatta is already a millionaire mentor mentee. She's in a millionaire mentee program on Wednesdays. And what I want you to do, we're going to start building out the business as a 8-figure business,
Okay.
and then we're going to work our way down. Because
Okay.
what you're doing is you're starting with you and you're trying to work your way up. You're trying to build it out from you, and that's not how you're going to build a sustainable business over time. What I want you to do is you should be able to say, well, I'm not I'm only taking the most complex, I'm going to do the Princess of Dubai. That's going to be my client. But you'll do the president of the University of Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You need to think of yourself as this is I am the one that goes with the highest caliber women, and I'm going to be their protection, and then I'm going to hire people to manage the middle class, because you're missing out on that middle class,
Mm-hmm.
high middle class. Like I said, the president of the university makes $400,000 a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the president of my university is a female.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking about things like that, where we could build out the layers so that it doesn't seem like everything is falling on you. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I I think that what we should do is focus on, let's take a look at some of the contracts that's out there. And we can't do it in this call, but when we have our call,
Mm-hmm.
let's take a look at some of the contracts that are out there that are for larger companies. And then we're going to start building out your company as if you're already there.
Okay.
And then start putting those SOPs together,
Mm-hmm.
because what's going to happen is people are going to want to be like you, right? People are going to want to be like you. And what happens is if you don't train women to secure like how you secure, then everybody is always going to ask for you. Well, you can't secure everybody.
Oh no, I don't plan on working it. I'm definitely gonna have people to work for me. Yeah, I
So
don't
you're
plan
going to
on
have to
working it.
build it out. You're going to have to build it
Yeah.
out as a business, as a corporation,
Mm-hmm.
and those are the corporations that get those multi-million dollar contracts. Okay, so let's
Mm-hmm.
take a look at that at our next session. And
Okay.
Dr. Lane, did you want to add something to that?
Do you have a team?
I do. I have a team of 5. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I would max my team of 5 out. I would hop right in tonight into the GSA schedule. I think security is GSA schedule 84. If you're not registered on GSA, we're on the GSA schedule. I'm gonna see. I have a couple people that are on 84 as well, but just you have high close proximity protection, and I would go for DLJ, Department of Justice, HR, retired from the military, as well as presidential. I would go in that angle, and you said you need about 20 to 35. So you want about 100 clients on your roster. And so I would just write, I'm gonna have 100 clients. I would go for money purposes, go ahead and close a few high-end celebrity restaurants, which is where you get the actual celebrity. I think I would go to the restaurant first. And when I say I think, that means that I know the restaurants are there. And I think that would be best for you. And if you get just 2 or 3, even you're in Atlanta, so it's easy to get to the restaurant owner, tell them that we want to, as you said, you've been blend in as customers to protect their restaurant. Now they got top flight security. You're not in there and them security guards and all of that. They need you. So now you have a service that's needed. Not the mayor, but the mayor's wife. Not the bishop, but the bishop's wife. Jamal Bryant's wife. She has security, but you know who her security is. So get yourself your brand and your name. They pay well. They pay very well. So whatever your price point is, I would probably say add about 20% because you pay for what you get. I would add 20%. I don't even know your price range. It don't matter because people pay for what they want and they pay for premium. So I would go for premium. There are about 4 agencies I can think of on GSA schedule and government contracts that you could go for. I would go immediately for government contracts. You already have, and you'll see tonight in the class how we'll go over the benefit of those certifications that you have. I'm going to touch that real brief, but now is the time for you to be a vendor in the contract space. It's time for you to make a big footprint. And I would do that right away. While I'm building top down, like Ty said, I would be sticking those contracts in and spread out, because once you're awarded, you could just hire some more people. Don't even worry about the people. Just hire some more. Subcontract it out. Bring you some more people in. Get them prepared. Ship them out, because you want to go big and then make your numbers bigger. That's what you want to do, especially right now in this quarter. You want to make your numbers bigger. Does that make sense for you?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'm taking notes as you're speaking. Thank you, Dr. Lane. Yes.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Ty, back to you. Whoever we got next.
All right. So we have a new VIP. It says VIP Reverend Real Estate. Can you please, if you're able to come off on camera? But hey.
Yeah. For whatever reason, on my side, I have a X through my camera. So I was going to try to log out and log back in and see if that changed it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just talk to you first, then. We don't want to waste your time. All right. So let's hear about your business. Is it for profit or nonprofit?
For profit.
Okay. What's your name? First, you have Real Estate.
Real Estate. My name is Antoine.
Okay. Hi, Antoine. All right. Yeah. So you have a real estate business, clearly, right? Now, which lane of real estate? There's so many different lanes of real estate. Which lane of real estate are you in?
Wholesale.
Okay, so you're a wholesaler. Yes, are you currently wholesaling commercial or residential?
Residential.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Wholesaling in itself is not one of those type of business that attracts grants. Okay. Wholesaling in itself. Now, if you was to tell me that I am in real estate, and then you followed up with, I have a 10-unit apartment complex that I use 50% of the units for affordable housing. Now we're talking. Or you have a residential house that you turned into a sober living facility. Now we're talking. See, what happens with real estate, now there are development grants, there are land grants, and I'm going to talk about that when it's my session. the actual grants that's open right now for real estate, because we do have a lot of people that's registered that's in real estate on this particular challenge. So I am going to touch real estate during the class. So I'm not going to do it now, but I will say that if you want to expand your business, now wholesaling, you can make some good, pretty decent money wholesaling, but wholesaling in itself will not create the type of generational wealth that you're looking for.
Okay.
So what you're going to have to start thinking about is, how can I take the income that I'm generating from wholesaling, or is it possible that I could actually purchase these properties with the grant if I'm doing something with the property that could bring community benefit? So this is when you can get this is how you get those free home or $2,500 houses they got in Cleveland. One of my clients bought 4 properties for $2,500 from the city land bank. They want to get it off their books. They are not in the real estate business. And so what they did was they said, give us a plan. What are you going to do with these properties? She said, one of them I want to turn into a community center. She's almost done with that. One of them she wants to turn into a co-worker space. So now she's bringing businesses back into the city of Cleveland. But this was specifically for women-owned businesses. So she had a plan. And when she presented that plan, she was able to get the properties and then secured a $35,000 grant to help renovate the properties. So if you have a plan, if you could come up with a plan for how you want to use that real estate. And what city are you in, by the way?
I'm in Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So when you talk about development, when you live in a city where development is starting to really take off, and they want to attract businesses to their city, you want to get in with the city. So you're going to find out who is the city's economic development manager, economic development director. That role kind of, but every city has one. Economic development. The economic development department is the department that is going to tell you what's happening or what's about to happen in the city. And here's the key. A lot of developers do this, and this is the hack. When you find out that, Mercedes is coming in 2 years, they already secured the land. Now, sometimes it's public information, sometimes it's not. But they already secured the land over in the east side of Charlotte, and the houses right now are not that expensive. But if you start securing those properties now and start renting them out, by the time Mercedes build their manufacturing company and they start looking for places for their employees to live, guess where they're going to come?
Right.
They're going to come right to you, because they're going to be looking for facilities like quick. So you already have it as an Airbnb or a full-time, wherever, fully furnished. You already have it as a Furnish Finder. So you can start making money on Furnish Finder. You can start making money with it before the development happens in that community. And people are always looking for places to stay. And I know you know about the Airbnb. If you want to take that route, owning the real estate is going to be your next. That has to be the next step for you. Owning the real estate will have to be the next step for you. And here's the thing. The real estate doesn't have to be in your name. It can be in the name of your nonprofit, your for-profit, and if it's in your name of your nonprofit, the nonprofit owns the assets, but the nonprofit can start receiving grants for the renovation and the programs that's operating in that facility, in that house. So that's something that a lot of people don't teach that, because they don't know this, but I'm not gatekeeping.
So let me ask you this. So out of the 3 businesses I own, right? Real estate, my aunt and I just started a transitional housing development to where we have 24 units that are fully occupied. I'm sure you're familiar with transitional housing. So we have a brick and mortar establishment with 24 transitions inside of the building. Okay. My third business would be BioSpec, which is a medical carrying company. Out of those three, which one would you put first?
The transitional housing.
Transitional housing.
Okay. Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. So transitional housing falls under two categories. Affordable housing, and if you're dealing with any type of addiction, substance abuse, anything where you're helping them get off of something or transitioning into a better life, then you're talking about goodness, what's the category? Mental health. And that particular lane alone can fund the entire project.
Really?
So what you would do, here's the plan.
I'm writing.
Okay. Call Auntie on three-way. Listen, what you're going to do is you're going to create a nonprofit arm of your for-profit business.
Okay, create a nonprofit arm.
Create a nonprofit arm of your for-profit. What's the name of your transitional business?
Same thing. Revs Transitions.
Rev Transitions.
Rev Transitions.
So Rev Transitions is actually can be the incorporation, the nonprofit. Rev Transition, because you're talking about transitioning from it could be from prison to the real world. It can be from, and I have somebody in my mentorship program who has a program like this. This is the grants that she's winning, that she's about to win, is this particular program. She's in Chattanooga, and she has a transitional housing program for women transitioning from prison to the real world. And so what we did was we created a job transition program in the house. We created so all we did was bought a computer for inside the house, and we called it the workstation, the job workstation. And we had some resources, and then we went out to some grants for her job resource center. But the job resource center is just a little small desk in the house with a computer that all of the residents have access to, so they can start looking for a job.
Right, that's brilliant.
And ultimately, when she started getting the $100,000 grants, we're going to hire a case manager, and that case manager is going to be responsible for ensuring that person transitions successfully from out of the transitional housing into an apartment or purchasing their own home.
And at that point, I bring them to Rev Real Estate, and
Come on.
Hey, Ty, before we click in and bring the other people in, I wanted to give him some feedback on that government contract piece.
Yes, go ahead.
As a for-profit, she just taught you how to create a social enterprise with your nonprofit and your for-profit collaborating. But as a wholesaler, you can literally buy from the government if you are registered on sam.gov as a wholesaler, and that's one of your Nexus codes. And you can go to the HUD home store, and they have thousands of property on there that starts at like $1 if you're listed at, because the government actually wants real estate and home ownership in distressed areas. So if you register as a government contractor, a wholesaler, then you can buy government-owned properties and they stay on the list for 180 days. They're on that site.
Wow.
HUDhomestore.gov. .gov. And you want to go on there, but you want to be registered. You need to be registered as a wholesaler. And then once you're registered, then you can literally resell those dollar homes and accelerate. So and you can keep your transition and all those things that we just went through, but you have a larger pool, and you do the same thing. You get the contract, you get it under contract for $1 for you. and then you go ahead and sell it and get it in a neighborhood, give them a timeline to upgrade it, and then to rehab it, you give them their timeline, and then you add in your nonprofit the programs like credit repair and things like that for people to be able to own it, and then you sell it to them at a fraction of the price. And because now it is in their name, they're also able to get government contracts to help them to rehab it, and that's that 80-20, where 80% is covered for the rehab, and with the nonprofit, the other 20% is covered for state dollars, and you bringing in distressed individuals and cleaning up that neighborhood.
Wow,
so
that is
even a little
fire.
better
I've
than us
never heard
going
anyone
into
say
the
that.
land bank, which is good. We love the land bank, but when you go on HUD home stores, when you want to go, I mean, it is a plethora of homes, and you are like unlike many, because many people don't even go. They don't even, well, many people do go, but we just don't know.
We don't know about it, right?
Yeah, so it's good. That's a good place for you. All right, Ty. I couldn't let him leave without giving him that nugget.
Okay, awesome. VIP, you're gonna get kicked out the room real quick. We're gonna reset, start the music, and then we're gonna let everybody in at the same time. Rev, would you mind doing a testimonial from your VIP session during our session so that people can hear your perspective on being VIP today?
Sure, not a problem.
Okay, so
and Kenyatta too.
I'm gonna kick you out, but here's the thing. See if you can get back on camera.
Okay, I'm gonna log out and see if I can try to log back in from my other computer.
Okay, I appreciate it. All right, everybody getting kicked out, and then you're gonna get let back in. All right. Right. Well, hello everyone. Hello and welcome back to day 2 of the We Win More Grants and Contracts Challenge. Woo! I am super excited about today. Oh my gosh. We are going to have such a dynamic session today. What we have today is so important. Stay locked in. Contracts, government contract session is today. And then I'm going to come back at the end. Remember, I had a little issue last night, but I'm going to come back at the end and show you some live grants. These are grants for real estate, grants for nonprofit organizations, grants for for-profit organizations. So stay locked in. At the end, I'm going to show you some live grants. But before we get started, I want to see if we have any testimonials from today's VIP session. So today's VIP session was so dynamic, so dynamic. I want to bring up Rev Real Estate. I love that name. I want to bring up Rev Real Estate. Rev Real Estate, are you there?
Yeah, I just logged in. I'm trying to get my cameras turned on. I had to use a completely different laptop. Wait a minute. Let's see. Not sure. Okay, there I go.
All right. Well, welcome to the We Win Grants and Contracts Challenge. I want you to just share in 60 seconds or less your experience in VIP session today with myself and Dr. Lane.
Well, to be honest, my head is still spinning. Y'all dropped so much information and jewels on me within the first 30 seconds. Like I'm still trying to grasp everything. I couldn't write fast enough. Man, I'm telling my head is still going. So I'm going to need a replay. I'm definitely going to need a replay to gather my thoughts and execute all the strategies that y'all provided, man. But I'm talking about within 30 seconds, y'all just dropped 2 bombs on me. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm still like, whoa, wait a minute. But man, I'm excited to be here, man. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your testimonial. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. Next up, I would like to bring up Miss Kenyatta McKinnon. She's also in the VIP session. Come on up.
Yep. Sorry, my camera's off. I'm working, but I just want to say that, this is worth the investment. Ty Woods and Dr. Lane, they know what they're doing. They're experienced in the industry. They were able to dissect my security business, within like 30 seconds. VIP is really opening up my eyes. They do give you good nuggets and drop jewels and things that you should be doing to make sure that your business is successful. So I've been getting a lot of information in the VIP session. I'm glad that I registered, and I'm just looking forward to the challenge. And I'm ready to, position my business for funding. I also have a nonprofit. Ty Woods also works with me with that really heavily as well. So I just want to say that your money spent here is well worth it. You will not be disappointed. This is the place you need to be. So let's get to the money.
Yes. You guys, we did not pay them. They are not spokespersons. They are not. I promise you. Okay. So I just wanted to give a couple of VIPs the opportunity to share what their experience was like in VIP. And although we only have one more day of VIP, if you do sign up for VIP and then you decide to move on with us in our 3-day intensive or our 90-day accelerator, what we'll do is we'll credit that $97 to your package. So that way, hey, we can at least, because you only have one more day left of the challenge, right? So, and you missed some amazing 2 days, but you can still upgrade to VIP even today. And then what we'll do is we'll credit it to anything that you sign up for next, moving on with us. Okay. Now, you said, Ty, we can move on with you? Yes, you can. Well, I'm going to bring up Dr. Lane. But I cannot I have to make sure that you all know what we're here for. We're here for the businesses that are ready to move into the grants and contract space right now. So what does that look like? Okay, type 1 in the chat if you have been in business for more than, let's say, 2 years. More than 2 years. Type 1 in the chat. I'll give you 18 months. Let's say 18 months. You've been in business for more than 18 months. Type 1 in the chat. Okay. So quite a few of you are, you're not novice. Okay. Now, type a 2 in the chat if you have your Secretary of State and EIN number. You already have that. Now, that actually should be everybody if you're in business. That should be everybody. That should be everybody. But there are some looky-loos in here, I'm pretty sure. We always have 1 or 2. And that's okay. You can learn. Okay? You can learn. All right. So, great. That means you have the necessary foundation. Okay, now in the chat, type what industry. What industry are you in? Excuse me. You got real estate. Oh, it's going so fast. Nonprofits, youth. Okay, we got a lot of nonprofits in here. Moving, truck moving, housing, real estate, education, pets. Oh gosh, it's going so fast. I'm trying to keep up. Real estate, nonprofit, community resources.
You got security,
a lot of real estate people. Religious business, services.
Nonprofit, youth, risk.
A lot of people deal with youth. Okay. So book that gives me some, that's good. Thank you so much for putting your industry. Also over here, put what industry your business is in. I want to make sure that when I come back on the stage, that I have some grants live grants that would actually address the majority of the room. Okay. The majority of the room. Live grants. So you're saying, Miss Ty, exactly what you're talking about moving forward. Well, yes. One of the things that we want for you to do is to take action after this challenge. And we've designed a 3-day intensive next Monday. So you have to be available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 3 to 6 p.m. if you're on the West Coast. And what we're going to do, now this is why I asked, are you already a bona fide business? Because we don't have time to create the business for you, create what you do in your business. We don't have time for that. So you have to come to us already a business, already a nonprofit, already. And what we're going to do for those 3 days, guys, we going after the grants. We're going to structure the proposals, and we're going to submit as many proposals and contracts as we possibly can in 3 days. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. So that particular, I'm sorry if you're a startup, that one is not for the startup. We got something else for the startup. But if you are, what I said, at least a year and a half, 2 years old, and the reason why I don't want to deal with the startups for this is because you're still trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. And we need those. How many of you got pictures of what you do? You have pictures, like you actually coach some kids, or you rescue some animals. You got pictures of it. You have proven yourself. And that's one of the things that we're looking for in the people that move with us into our intensive next week. So it's not for everybody that's on this call, but I got something for everybody. But that particular thing, that 3-day intensive, is not for everybody. All right. So I'm going to come back at the end when I start talking about the grants and all of the grants that's out there for you. I'm going to talk about how we're going to be going after these grants. And I'm going to show you some live grants that you can probably apply to while we're on the call tonight. All right. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. I'm about to introduce to you all the Olivia Pope of government contracts. And when I say she is the GOAT, the goats go to her when they need some help. Okay. I am super, super excited to announce the speaker for tonight, y'all, is our very own from United Federal Contractors, Dr. Stacy Lang. And y'all give it up. Y'all give it up. Give it up, give it up, give it up.
Thank you, thank you. Do I have sharing privileges?
You should. Hold on a second.
All right. As she's doing that, you all, I'm so super excited to be here with our family tonight. Last night, if you got some gems from the phenomenal Ty Woods, did you hear her say she's coming back and gonna give you the business? She means it. So I'm so excited. I hope you have your pens, your papers out, and you are taking copious notes. Thank you so much. And you are taking copious notes. You don't want to miss not anything on here this evening. 1 second. Let me get to the window so I can share with you. Possibly. One minute. Look, I let my assistant be off tonight. You all, so give me a second. I am not your tech person. Hold on 1 second. While he's coming down. Hey, Terrence, ask Kendall to come down so that he can pull up this PowerPoint for me because I gotta let them see the business. 1 second. While we're doing this, if you don't already have your business plan laid out and you already have not, if you have not gotten a federal grant or contract, let me know right now. Put that in the chat. I never got a grant or contract. Put a 1 if you've never gotten a grant or a contract.
Wow, we got a lot of 1s. That means we got to turn them 1s into 2s. But type a 2 in the chat.
Give me just a second while they're pulling that up for me.
Type a 2 in the chat if you have won a grant or a contract before. Type a 2 in the chat. Let's see if you're in the room. Okay, we do have a few people that have won a grant or a contract before. Okay, not as many 2s as it is 1s though. Congratulations on the 2s. But you came here because the title says win more grants and contracts. We here for y'all. Number 2, we said more grants and contracts. That's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to win more. Okay, Debris said yes. You're gonna. And Derek said you're gonna help me get to number 2. Okay, Derek, you better speak that. Yes, the comeback season is going. I'm telling you, some of you guys are going to be 1s today. But your 2's gonna be some high 2's, gonna be 3s. We're gonna open up another 3. We're gonna say, and how many of you have won millions, at least $1 million in government grants and contracts? It's gonna be 3s, 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 3s. If you receive that, type 3 in the chat. Type 3 in the chat. 3s, 3s. At least $1 million or more. Look at that. See, we got some people that's walking by faith and not by sight tonight. Oh, Tamisha said a 4. Well, we just opened up an 8-figure window, 9 figures. Okay, Tamisha. All right, Denise. I'm with you. iPhone. Change your name from iPhone.
How about that? All right, I'm back. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you. All right, now we back with Dr. Lang.
Look, I had to call in the tech team for this one. Okay, I'm going to jump right in it. I am not going to delay. If you have a question, when you see the information on this screen, do not delay or hesitate. Put it in the chat, and someone in the chat, if we do not answer it tonight, we will make sure that you get your questions answered either tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow. We got one more day. Okay, so we're talking about the government is writing checks. The question is your name on it? There's some songs out there say, put my name on it. I want you to say your name. Now, when you put your name in the chat, I'm talking about your business name. So right now, everybody's business name should be going up in this chat. Why is your business name? Because that is what's required to get a government contract. You do not want a government contract in your personal name. John Deere, you do not want it in your personal name. Okay, so we're going to jump right in here. The world's richest man is funded by us, the taxpayer. Elon Musk didn't become the world's wealthiest person by accident. He mastered government contracts. That's the whole reason he created that Dodge, because he knew when he came in. I'm telling you his trillion by the numbers. Take a screenshot. You can fact check right here. SpaceX. That is a NASA DoD contract for rocket development, crew missions, Starlink launches. All of this is government contract. And if you didn't get a part of the IPO and get in on that stock, I am not a stock trader. I have no ownership there, but I'm going to highly recommend you get you some. He didn't outsmart the system. That's what he didn't do. He didn't outsmart the system. What he did was attended probably one of our Get More Grants and Contract summits. And then he learned this system and said, wait a minute, where is the money at? That's what Elon did. And he went straight to the money. I'm going to recommend this. We want to get in. Now, you may not get in at Elon's level, but you can get in where you fit in. Here's where you fit in for rapid funding. And I'm going to tell you, as we go through, I need you to understand that you're sitting, as I shared yesterday, right in the greatest transference of wealth. What do you mean, Dr. Lang? Here's the weapon. Micro purchases are a gold mine. It's no bidding, it's no competition, and it's no waiting. So, of course, I like to do it by the math. If you say you pick, these are hot areas right here, and there's a few others, about 12 hot areas. I'm giving you the top 6 for this area. Lawn care, IT support, janitorial supplies. Some of you all are doing plastics supplies, paper supplies, event support. What do you mean event support? Picking up the chairs after an event, after an election, after a campaign, cleaning up the room, providing the space, event supplies, decorating, event supplies, courier, delivery. I heard somebody say, I think in VIP, that they had a courier service. If you did it for the government, cleaning services, cleaning the bathrooms, cleaning the hallways, the front doorway. You always wonder how the floor is so shiny and buffed, because someone like yourself or myself, and I have the Nexus code. If you see it, the Nexus code is gold. Make sure you have your Nexus codes identified. You pick your area. Now, one of the things I like to do is pick an area. I love lawn care. I love the smell of fresh cut grass. That's my thing, right? However, you will not catch me mowing the lawn, but you will catch me subcontracting to someone. If I can get 9.9, that's $9,900 to cut the grass. Dr. Lang, $9,000 a month is really not that much. I'm not talking about a month. If you look over here, I'm talking about a week. So Department of Veteran Affairs need their grass cut every week. That maxes out at $9,900. If you got 52 weeks in a year, I'm talking to you about $500,000 for one agency. If you decide to cut 3 agencies' grass, I'm talking to you about $1.6 million. that you're subcontracting out and you're managing. Make sure everybody's line is on mute, because I don't want anybody to miss a drip or drop of this information. Okay, so that courier delivery, of course, you want to be able to have your vehicles running, medical vans, pickup and delivery, actually delivering information, voters registration, voters booth. You don't care what they want to be courier, because why? The government is going to pay you week after week after week, and then the next week. That's called monthly residual. And if you show up and do right, that's a 3 to 5 year contract, guaranteed. Guaranteed. And once you have your first, which I'm going to show you how to do tonight, you don't need an application. You don't need a bid. You don't need a committee to say, are you okay? A contracting officer picks up the phone and a check leaves the treasury. The question is whether or not your name is on it. If you are ambitious and you are able to manage very well, then of course you're going to get 10 agencies. That's 5.2 million, and you really never have to leave the comforts of your home, because all of these are subcontracted out opportunities. It does not have to be in your field. Some people on this call right now are saying, I'm in film, or I'm writing books, or I'm cleaning shelves, or I'm doing watches. I don't care what you're doing. If I can bring you $9,000 a week, use these contracts to fund your dream. But use these contracts right here, right now, that's available for you to walk through to change generational wealth. Because we're talking about $40,000 a month, and you never have to leave the comfort of your home. That's what we're talking about when you're talking about government contracts. So what do I have to do, Dr. Lang? The doors are open already. You just haven't registered, some of us. Now, I heard some people who said, I'm already registered. I got everything. I'm going to talk to you too. But for those of you who are kind of registered and kind of not, you can literally get in on this, and it doesn't take you the whole 18 months. It doesn't take you. You do have to have a capability statement. You do have to register your business. Go and register your LLC or your S Corp. I always say S Corp, and that's tax benefits. Stop right there. You all, I have to say, I have the honor and privilege of working with some incredible people. I have a tax guy. This is public service announcement. Take a note. I'm going to need everybody in this room to put in that chat for my tax professional. Let me tell you about him first. My tax accountant. I had a client that didn't file taxes for 6 years. The government said, we're getting ready to freeze your account. You're not getting another dime. He owed over $1.8 million. They called me and he's like, Doc, what can I do? I said, let me call Numbers, because Numbers, his name is Mr. McCoy, but I call him Numbers. I said, let me call Numbers. So I called Numbers and I said, Numbers, I got a situation. You must have someone you can take to the situation room. I called Numbers. That 1.6, it was 6 or 8, 1.8 million that they were literally days away from freezing this man's accounts. Guarantee you, no kidding. He went from 6.8 million debt to the IRS to owing $30,000 after going through Numbers, going through every year, fine tooth comb, getting to it. Nope, you don't owe this. Nope, deduct this. Nope, rewrite this. Wait, get this off. You need a Numbers in your pocket. I don't do nothing unless Numbers look at the numbers. Today is Numbers' birthday. I need you all to help me wish Mr. Tony McCoy, Robert McCoy, a very happy birthday, because Numbers has changed the games, and he may be changing some of your numbers as we get to work together. So if you can, put in the chat, give me some stars and some hearts for Numbers. Numbers, I wish you a very healthy, happy, and prosperous new year. And I thank you and your beautiful, lovely wife, Mrs. McCoy. Thank you for always being who you are and doing what you do. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, you need to register at sam.gov. That's free. It's free to everybody. Call the 1-888-66 number. Do that. If you haven't registered, call them in the morning. Okay? Get your Nexus codes. I just gave you the Nexus codes. Use them. I hope you screenshot it. If you VIP, you get the replay. Get those Nexus codes. Get your capability statement. Do not rely on this ChatGPT and Claude and all those things. You really want a powerful capability statement. What's powerful about it? If you don't have at least 3 people that you've worked with, that's your government resume. You want to have at least 3 people. And if you don't have 3 clients, I'll help you pick out some because you've worked with 3 people in your lifetime. I will help you form. Ty, help me with that because I know you got some programs. Ty run the programs, you all. I just want to get this info out. I hope we get to work together so I can help you do this capability statement the right way because that's your resume. That's the door opener. And then you just make the call. You make the call to the agent once you registered on the vendors list, sam.gov register. I like to be added. Here's the word. Look, I wrote it out for you. I like to be added to your micro purchase vendors rotation. That's it. That's it. How many of those calls can you make in a day? My team make about 10 to 12. And not just for me, because I am so into the subcontracting. So you got 2 rivers, as we talked about, but it's an ocean of opportunities. When you think about grants, you think about funding programs and initiatives and community impact. When you think about contracts, you want to get paid. They pay you to perform. Define your scope of work. I'm going to give you some direct information. This IDIQ, everybody write that down because that's when you win once and you collect task orders for all year round. I mean, you just keep going in. It's yours. I talked to someone else earlier about the GSA, but where's your sweet spot? The gold mine? Micro purchases. If you jump over here, your grant history is your contract and resume with agency. I don't have any grant history because you do not have to be the prime. You can subcontract. If I could show you a way to do even 7,000, you don't have to max out. Do 7,000 a week times 3 because I just can't imagine you only doing 1 when you could do more. So if you're working with us, you got to do at least 3. Todd just said we got to put all this stuff in for you in these 3 days. So you better get ready. You better get, if you ready, are you ready? Put them ones in the chat. I want to know who's ready.